Balloon Beats.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. We're live tonight. Listen, before we get started, let's introduce our guest, Trey Amburgey, the legend himself, prospect in the Yankees organization. Thank you for coming on tonight, Trey. How are we doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And before we do get started on this little interview / casual discussion, shout out to everybody in the chat. I see a lot of you guys mentioning 1,000 subs. Finally hit 1,000 subs. The goal was originally opening day, but you guys got us there way earlier than that. So shout out to all of you. So basically how we're going to run things tonight, I'm going to ask Trey a couple questions. We're just going to have a nice chill conversation. Chat, you guys could get involved too. If you have any questions for him, just interject them into the chat at any point, and then we'll take like breaks at various times and just answer questions from the chat. So Trey, let's get started here. For those like who may not know you, you've been in the Yankees organization for quite some time now. You were drafted in 2015, I believe, right?
Yep. 2015,
Awesome.
yep.
Out of a junior college in Florida, right?
St. Pete College.
Awesome. So
Yep.
in Florida, like what was your upbringing in baseball? Like what got you into the sport, favorite team, player you might have admired, just everything that went into like your upbringing in the sport.
I mean, my dad played in high school. He had a couple knee injuries, so that cut him short. But basically, I was born in Georgia. From what they've told me, I don't remember, but what they told me, I picked up one of those like little plastic bats when I was 1, and just started hitting some balls in the backyard, and fell in love with it from then. Basically, I've been playing since I was, I guess you could say, 1.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like everyone kind of like has that story. That's like the Floyd Mayweather story where like he picked up a pair of boxing gloves. He was like 4 months old, like, you know, like just
Yeah.
a prodigy from day one. But going off of that, mentioning like you were drafted by the Yankees in 2015, I'm sure like quite the experience. I love hearing like everyone's draft stories. So whether if they're like a former player, minor league player, current player, everyone always has like their own unique, crazy draft story. Do you have like an interesting draft day story?
Draft day story. We didn't have like a big like gathering. It was my family and then my agent at the time. He was there. I just finished from the gym, and I was honestly I was really more about sleep.
It's just so chill.
Yeah, because like obviously with the draft day you hear like projections and stuff, and it was getting basically past that projection point. So I was like, yeah, I'll keep listening, but I'm tired
Yeah.
one morning. I'm gonna take a nap, and then I heard my name. My mom came over, jumped on me. It was good.
So it seems like she was more excited than you were. Seems like you
I
were
was
just
excited,
chill, like
but
just
like I heard
napping
my
after the
name, and
gym.
I was just like, I kind of just let it sit in for a second because it's like one of those like I've been working for so long to finally hear
Yeah.
the name, you know.
Were you
But
expecting to be drafted by the Yankees or?
No.
No.
My scout told me it was like I was projected like anywhere from like the 9th to 12th round. So
And
obviously,
you were
once the 12th
drafted,
round ended, 13th.
yeah, 13th.
So
Yeah.
once the 12th round ends, I was like, okay. And then, um,
Did panic start setting in or no?
no, because I was already committed to go to a 4-year school. So I was like,
Oh,
if
okay.
worst comes worst, like, which glad I didn't, but just go back to
Yeah.
school and finish up and see what happens the
Trey,
next year.
if I'm being honest with you, like I asked the question, did panic set in? Like just based on like the 10 minutes of conversation we've had together, I could already say the answer is no. Like I just can't assume you panicking over like any situation.
No, I wish that
Cool,
was
calm,
true,
collect.
but no, it was. I was in talks with some other teams, so I was like, and before the draft, I was like, all right, 15. I'll give myself 15 rounds.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
that, the money's probably not going to be right. I already have a good offer to go to school, so.
yeah, yeah.
But
So going based off that, being drafted in 2015, kind of spent all your years in the Yankees minor league system since then. All these guys in the minor leagues always have like a unique story from the road, right? So whether if it's like a veteran player coming down to rehab and maybe getting like good advice from them, or maybe just like hitting up Taco Bell with your team and just something funny happens. Do you have any like fun slash cool story so far within your experience?
I mean, I have a few, but two that come to mind were actually from 2019 in AAA. One you probably saw with the John Boy thing, Gio Gonzalez buying everyone Jordans. That was incredible. Just literally open his laptop and say, "Hey, go ahead, pick out what you want and purchase it all."
What did you pick?
I got some like red Jordan trainers. I'm not a big basketball shoe guy, so it was like a running shoe. It's got me through the year. But the second one, I think we were just hanging out. Nick Swisher comes in screaming like he always does. Hey, tomorrow, going to the Waffle House if you want to come. It's on me. Meet you there. So me and a few guys showed up, and he was literally there, and we just chilled and talked baseball, and
That's
it was a
awesome.
good time. Yeah,
So he was just there as like a special instructor. Or... Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So I guess he's like that's I guess a special assistant. So he
yeah,
travels when he can. When he's free, he'll travel to each like part of the organization and spend like a couple
gotcha.
days there just hanging out, talking.
Question about
So
Swisher, because I've never met the guy before, but just based on like what you could see on camera, he just seems like he walks into a room, and based on like what you have already said, I could kind of assume the answer. He seems like he just walks into a room and he's the guy. Like no matter what room he walks into, he makes his presence known.
oh
Like, is
yeah,
that what we could expect from
you know he's there.
him?
He- the I don't remember the year I met him, but I think the following spring training, I was in the locker room at the minor league complex, and he was in the coach's locker room, which this it's a good bit away, and I could hear him screaming. It's like, oh, Swish is here.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I went to Scranton in 2019. I had like a press pass, so I was able to go in the clubhouse and whatnot. It's a decent distance from the manager's office to the clubhouse. It's like that decent sized hallway. So I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that you could hear him from there really says something.
No, it wasn't even in Scranton. It was
Oh,
in Tampa, the Tampa locker
oh, it
room,
was in
which is
Tampa. Oh, I've
yeah,
never been there.
yeah.
Got you.
It's a good bit. But
Yeah,
even at
yeah.
Scranton, you know he's there. You hear him coming up the hallway.
I want to bring up this question right here from FHP. Do you have a dream scenario? So like whether if it's a clutch situation, maybe starting opening day, maybe we're talking like game 7 of the World Series, team down by 1, bases loaded situation. Like, do you have any dream situation for yourself?
I mean, dream scenario for probably 95% of baseball players is that game 7
Yeah.
down, they base loaded 2 outs, down a run, coming up with that game winning hit.
So now let's take
But
that question one step deeper, right?
mhm.
One pitcher on the mound. Who are you picking? Now, this isn't dissing anybody, but it's more of like a compliment, right? Because let's say you pick Verlander, like you want to brag, like, yeah, I did that all Verlander. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hard hitting questions, Trey. Hard hitting
Yeah,
questions.
that's a good one. Uh, World Series Game 7. Uh, I'd probably just from watching, I'd go Clayton Kershaw or Walker Buehler,
Interesting.
just
You know,
because they're top guys in the NL, and that's who we'd be facing. So
I was gonna say. I mean, I've been predicting a Yankees Dodgers World Series for probably about every year for the past 5 years.
you're the
So
whole world.
it's like it started off in 2014 when the Yankees went out and they signed like Ellsbury, McCann, Tanaka, and I assumed that they were going to make the World Series. Dodgers were really good. So every year since 2014, I've been predicting a Yankees Dodgers World Series.
Yeah,
Um, but going back to kind of like your minor league career, 2018 home run derby. It was in Trenton, right?
I'm trying to.
Okay, so like bring us through that experience because a lot of, I mean, most players don't even like get to experience a home run derby. You got to experience one in your home stadium. Also like a question to go along with like your home run derby experience. A lot of people always bring up like, oh, the home run derby messes with players' swings, like moving forward. Did you have that experience afterwards?
That's a myth.
Yeah,
I fully believe in that until I actually did it. Um, it's to be honest, it helped my swing.
really?
Kind of just like yeah, because it was just go up there and hit.
Yeah,
And so if I would get in like after that home run derby, if I would get in a slump or something, the hitting coach would literally go, "Hey, take your home run derby swing."
really.
It just like unlocks everything, I guess, in a way.
Who
Um,
did you have pitch to you?
Jay Bell,
Okay,
yeah,
he was
he's
the Scranton manager, no?
yeah, he was actually I had him in 17, 18, and 19.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so he's awesome. So I mean,
Did he give you
that's
good pitches, or were
oh
there
yeah.
sometimes where you're like, Jay, like, what are we doing?
If you actually go back and watch the full thing, the first I think two pitches were like one was like way outside and one was way inside. Like, oh
Really?
well, this is gonna be a long one.
That's
He
amazing.
cleaned. He got figured out. We would have points in like during the year, like during BP, he would find like a hot zone that I liked, and it was nice. So we had a little connection.
That's
But no, it
awesome.
was fun. It was even when I like started struggling in that home run derby, like I could hear the crowd like I guess subconsciously just
Yeah.
right behind me. I could hear
Yeah.
everything. It
So
was the
now,
coolest, weirdest thing.
once you get to the major leagues, and let's say you get invited, would you consider doing it again, or is that just a one-time thing? Like, there's $1 million on the line in the
I
majors.
know. I would consider it, yeah, but like I was
It's
so
not like a
tired.
goal.
Like after
Yeah.
that one round, it was so tired. I was so tired because it's like if it was a 10 out thing, it'd be different, but
Yeah, because you could
it's
pace yourself better that way.
no,
Yeah.
you get 2.5 minutes or whatever it was of straight swinging. That gets tough.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with Vlad Jr. I think it was 2019 when he just put on a show. I think it was in Cleveland. And then final round comes against Pete Alonso. The dude had just no energy
Yeah,
left. Like
yeah,
so yeah, that
that's
makes sense.
it's
Um but
it's
speaking
tough,
about
but
your time in Tampa, not Tampa, Trenton.
mhm.
Trenton is no longer a part of the Yankees organization. But along with Trenton comes Rookie the Bat Dog. I know Yankee fans love Rookie the Bat Dog, Derby. Do you have like any sort of fun experience with Rookie the Bat Dog, or was he
Uh,
just there?
for the most part, he was just there. He would come
Did he
in,
ever come in the clubhouse or?
yeah, like
Oh, okay,
he. I think he wasn't there every day, but every time he would be there, he would come in the clubhouse, say hi to everyone. Um,
that's awesome.
and then I want to say, if I remember correctly, he was there for the first inning only. So like
Oh, really?
yeah, it was just the first inning because you can't a dog doing that for 9 innings is near
Yeah, I
impossible.
never even thought about that to be honest.
So he would do the first inning, and every time I go on deck, I just give him a little little like head pet.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it was the
So,
greatest thing ever. Having a
but
dog.
I was such an advocate of that last year. I was like, all right, it's a COVID season, right? So why
Mhm.
not just like bring rookie up? Like, what do you have to lose? But apparently there's like MLB guidelines, like no animals on the field, I guess. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess that opportunity is kind of out the window now that like Trenton isn't a part of the organization anymore. But going based on that, kind of like a personal question, I guess. Are you a dog guy or a cat guy?
I'm a dog guy.
Dog guy?
Dog guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because honestly, like I know people who are cat guys. It's just I don't get it. Like no disrespect to cats. Not trying to disrespect cats. I just don't see it.
My grandparents are cat people. They love cats. Um,
Really.
they love dogs, but they have cats at the same time. But I've never
Yeah.
liked cats. I'm allergic to them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, better off. But there you go.
Yeah.
We have a question here from Aaron Judge Helmet Flap. Great name. Who is the best player you've played against or with in the minors?
Mm. With or against? That's tough.
Yeah, hard hitting questions here.
Best player. Um, yeah. Let me come back to that one. I'll think
Yeah,
about it.
we'll circle back to it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I don't know. This might be a hard hitting question too, to be honest. Daniel says, is there a specific player you idolized as a kid?
I mean, to be honest, because I play baseball so much, I don't necessarily watch it. I just like to kind of
Not even as
disconnect.
a kid.
I mean, as a kid, I did, but at the same time, it's like I was more of a football fan.
Okay,
I like watching football.
all
Um,
right.
I'd say Barry Bonds as a kid. Just I mean, just Barry Bonds, the greatest
Yeah,
hitter, one of the greatest hitters ever.
Hall of
Um,
Famer or no?
uh, it's tough. No comment
No
on
comment.
that.
I'm gonna say
Um,
yes. I'm gonna say
and
yes.
then uh, obviously Mike Trout. Ever since he
Yeah,
came in, I've followed him. So
yeah.
I'd say Mike Trout. I guess you can put.
So circling back to like spring training, minor league stuff. 2020, you were in Yankees camp when like they called the season off, right? Do you want to
Mhm.
like just what went through your head when you found out like because I think they didn't announce right away that the season was canceled, right? They just said like it was suspended. So like
Yeah. So
how do you react to something like that?
we were actually in Palm Beach. We just played. Who did we play? We played the Marlins. Marlins on the 12th. I was at the hotel the night of the 12th, and I was watching Sports Center. Thing came up about Rudy Gobert testing positive. And I was like, oh no. I gotta think of it at first, like, all right, they're gonna cancel some games, like,
Hmm.
gonna get some stuff figured out. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is about to affect everything. You get to the field the next day, I'm like, you just feel like the atmosphere is like, I don't
Just
know.
off.
I mean, like, asking coaches, I'm like, hey, what's about to happen? Because there's talks once we got to the field, there's talks, and then
Hmm.
once the game started, it got to like the second inning, and you start hearing like the murmurs in the crowd, like of the article that just came out, like, hey, they're about to
Hmm.
cancel, blah blah blah. Third inning, third or fourth inning, they pull all the starters, and then you just kind of know. Then we get in the locker room,
Brutal.
and Boone is like, hey, we're shutting down. We don't know much right now. We'll just go back. We'll continue to work out. Blah blah blah. And then each day after that, it's just like we worked out maybe 2 days, and then they were like, all right, we got to shut down the facility to only 40 man guys. Obviously, I'm not on the 40 man, so didn't get to work out.
Damn.
And then, all right, stay ready. Minor leagues, stay ready. Like, we're trying to figure it out. We'll get you back in the building, and then whatever, May or June, they're like, all right, no minor leagues.
That's
Um,
crushing. I mean, because like just like you mentioned, like when you went to the stadium like the couple days before, like you just felt like an eeriness, right? I mean, because I think everyone kind of felt that. Like when I was going to school, because I'm in college, like the couple days before like the whole world shut down, it's like we would go into like the lecture halls and like there was just something not right. It's like everyone knew like they had to continue with their daily lives, but they knew like with the snap of a finger, everything was gonna change. And it's just crazy to see like MLB. Like
mhm.
something that we're assuming like is always going to be there, like no matter what happens in the world, shuts down with the snap of a finger, and like there's nothing any of us could do about it. It's crazy. But
Yes. It's
going based
crazy
off of that,
though. Like it's crazy how you think about it. Sports is like so prominent in our world, and it took someone in a sport to get it to shut the entire world down.
yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
just crazy.
Yeah. But going based off like the whole COVID thing, obviously there's no minor league season in 2020. So like that's even more unbelievable as far as like the whole minor league system goes because like especially pitchers and hitters especially you need your at bats, you need to get your innings in just so you could progress through the system and improve as a player because all you guys are growing like your talents in every aspect. So how do you stay fresh when there's no games going on? What did you do last season just to keep yourself in baseball shape going into this year?
So I had to get a net. Um, I had a tee and some balls already, so I ordered one of those like pop-up nets, and I would set it up out back and just hit. Um, but a lot of body weight workouts, a lot of just running outside. Um,
Hmm.
Thankfully, August comes and the college I went to is right up the road, so coach opened it back up for me. I got in there because they would actually lift some weights and do some baseball stuff.
Yeah,
But a lot
still
of
can't compare
just
to live pitching, right?
I haven't seen a pitch since March 13th.
Wow, really?
So yeah,
Any like
um,
jitters going like straight back into it, or I think it's like riding a bike. Like once you just face it, it's
it's
just gonna come back.
if I was in high school, yeah, but you're facing the Garrett Coles and the Chapmans of the world. It's not you're not riding a bike.
No, I know. It's like not seeing a pitch in a year and then going straight like into Garrett Cole and like it's just not a
Yeah,
good scenario.
uh, but I mean, set up like machines and stuff. So I've seen velocity,
Hmm.
but it does still doesn't compare to a pitch. So
Yeah.
we'll
No,
see.
obviously not. Obviously not. Um, but yeah, kind of going based off that, kind of a fun question here. Yoga, any yoga, because we heard Judge and Stanton are taking up yoga. I don't know if it's something that's carrying on throughout the organization. Have you thought about doing it?
I mean, I do yoga poses. I don't go to classes. My wife goes
Okay.
to classes, and she's always like, "Come with me." I'm like, "No, I'm all right." But I did yoga in college. That was like a mandatory thing, uh, which was it was nice. Like need to stretch, but I've I've gotten into like flows. So like I just turned my stretching into flows, which
Okay. Solid.
is that's a type of yoga, but I'm not gonna go
So
sit in a class.
but okay, but what if Judge and Stanton come up to you and they ask you to come to a class? You're not gonna go.
I'll think about it.
He'll keep it in mind, back of his mind, along with the question from before.
Yeah.
But kind of going back, I mean, this might be a tough question too. Like only hard hitting questions here at Unhinged. But going back to the whole quarantine thing, I know I spoke to a couple guys who were at camp as well, and they had a quarantine, on like at a hotel near the camp or whatever. Now, some of the guys had interesting quarantine stories, some of them didn't. Do you have any teammate, past, present, current, where you would or wouldn't want to be quarantined with them for any specific reason?
Um, that's a good one. I've actually been fortunate enough to have good teammates. So, I mean, if I had to quarantine with one, Man, I don't know. Just put
You
us
going
all
with
in a
Swish?
room. That'd be fun, honestly. Have a
Definitely wouldn't be
blast.
bored.
No, look, I mean, I can't name a single teammate. I've had good teammates that are still friends to this day, though.
It's a great answer.
Yeah,
Quality stuff.
keep it
Uh,
positive.
yeah, right. So like we mentioned before, this is your third big league spring training camp, right?
Yep.
So obviously, like going into spring training camp is a unique scenario, like we mentioned before. You're going up against guys like Garrett Cole, Chapman. You're being exposed to like some of the top hitters in the game, like Judge. You get to like pick their brain or whatnot. So do you have any interesting stories from spring training, like advice you might have gotten from a veteran player that like helped you at all?
There's been so many that, like, obviously 6 years in rotation, you hear, I mean, shoot, I guess you could, uh, as hate bringing him up still, but Swish, like, I've talked to him the most of any, like returning veteran guy. So I still talk to him during quarantine. Like, we just have
That's awesome.
I wouldn't say a close relationship, but like he's always there if you want to talk. So,
Yeah, especially
um,
after the Waffle House. I mean,
oh yeah, no, we were in the cage in 2018. He was just like, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. Um, you can't control everything, so just control what you control. Still young,
yeah,
so he kept reiterating that you're still young. Like, you're not done. So just keep doing what you're doing.
yeah. Um, Let me bring up another comment here. This is actually an interesting one. I know you went to what was it? What was the name of the college? It was a junior college,
St. Pete College.
St. P College. Did you face any like future MLB players in high school or college, or was it just like some mediocre college kids?
No, Florida is actually, if not the best, the one like top three best like states for junior college baseball. So like if we get a lot of like D1 like transfers go to Florida to play junior college baseball. So I was playing against a lot of like good competition.
Mm.
Uh, but I can't think of anyone in college. But high school, yeah, I actually went to high school with Trey Turner.
Oh wow.
Um, I was there 2009, 2010. Played on the same high school team. 2010, we actually state semifinal game. We faced Jose Fernandez.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
yeah,
That's unbelievable.
yeah, he was good. We almost had him. We put up.
Really.
He was quoted somewhere saying we were the hardest team he's ever faced. I don't know where. I think it was like Palm Beach Post or something. But
That's awesome. That's
we
awesome.
put up 5 runs, 10 hits, and went to the seventh inning, and he hit a home run to win the game. So
Did he actually? Did he pimp it?
I don't know if he pimped it because I was run. It was we were playing at the Mets spring training place, so I didn't know if he got it all. So I was running after it. He ended up getting it all, and then he celebrated after. He was jumping around and stuff, but I don't know. He
Man,
probably did.
oh, that's still a brutal situation.
Yeah,
Let's see. Good comment here as well. The most important question. Do you play MLB The Show?
I do not. I
Now,
do
let's
not.
say I think you might actually be in MLB The Show. Yeah, you probably are because they have like the minor league rosters and everything.
Yeah, I'm in it. My parents actually bought it for that reason.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Because
I've
20 was the
played it.
first year, I think.
Yeah, I've played it as myself, but I don't play it. I don't have it.
Is your batting stance accurate?
Uh, Not that I remember, no. But batting gloves and cleats are, which is pretty
Really?
impressive. Yeah.
Wow. I
But
mean, the fact that they could have that like spot on for every player in the
yeah,
minor leagues too.
it's impressive.
Ridiculous. Let's see. Another comment here. Do you keep anything specific from the minors, like maybe like a special jersey, a bat, like any sort of memorabilia from your career?
I don't. Uh, I do keep like hats. Like if we have like a cool hat, like in Spain we had like I don't remember what it was called. Like
Was
like the
it
mix.
was it the dodgeball ones? The
We
yellow,
had
the
that.
bright yellow.
Oh yeah, we did have that. I forgot about that one. We didn't
Yeah,
have
because
special hats for that though.
yeah, I remember because I went up there mostly because Gary was rehabbing up there, and you guys
Yeah.
had these bright yellow because it was like dodgeball night jerseys. They were
Mm.
they were awesome.
We had those. We had Field of Dreams. Um, what else do we have? We had a Gigantes. I think that's how you say it. It's
Interesting.
like a Mexican pepper or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but um, yeah, I keep the cool hats. My parents, if they auction a jersey, my family usually somehow ends up getting it, so they have all that stuff. Um,
That's awesome. I mean, it's always great like when your family like is like your number one biggest fan because it's like you
yeah,
don't want to be your biggest fan because then it comes off as like egotistical. So if you have like those people like surrounding you, supporting you like that, that's awesome.
yeah, and then Trenton, the All-Star game, my agency hooked me up with some like custom cleats, so my parents still got those.
That's
So
awesome.
that's cool. But I still have bats. I'm still playing, so I still got to use those.
You got a long way to go to collect more memorabilia.
Yeah.
But Nuclear Yanks question. Do you have any superstitions?
Biggest
You don't seem
superstition.
like a superstition guy.
I keep. I'm not superstitious, but if I get in a hot streak, I don't break what I'm doing.
Okay.
So my first year in Staten Island, uh, I was in GCL. I got moved up to Staten Island, and I got like a super hot streak every single day. I kid you not, every single day I would have two glazed donuts and a large iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
Two glazed donuts and a large iced coffee?
Every single day.
Even if it was a day game.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I can't say yes because sometimes the places where I didn't have Dunkin', but if we were at home where I was walking distance from a Dunkin' Donuts, so I'd walk to the Dunkin' and get it before I go back
Damn.
to the field. So
Clearly it was
actually,
work. Maybe you should start doing it again.
yeah, later on I found out there's a Dunkin' right around the corner from the stadium. So if I didn't get it before I got to the field, I would just go from the field. Had to have
Did
it.
they know like who you were?
No,
They just thought you were
no,
some random guy every day coming two glazed donuts and a large iced coffee.
yeah, they might have known, but
Awesome.
they didn't say anything.
Let me ask
But
you a question based on Staten Island, actually. Um, Now correct me if I'm wrong. Was that like the nicest park you've ever played in?
no, nicest
No,
view,
nicest view. Yeah,
nicest
I mean,
view.
easily. I mean, like I don't know if anybody in the chat has ever been to the Staten Island Yankee Stadium. I don't think they're actually a part of the organization anymore, which is rough. But
Yeah,
most beautiful view. Like
yeah.
any baseball stadium I've ever been to, you could see the entire Manhattan skyline from there. And they have like a nice like 9/11 memorial thing off to the side of the stadium as well. It's quality stuff.
Do they?
Yeah, last time I was there, they did. I think it was like 2018 or something.
No, I haven't been back. Yeah, that's another thing I did while I was there. I would like before the games, I go sit before like people started filling in. I go sit and just look at the skyline. Can't beat it.
That's awesome. We have some good questions here actually. Um, Now we talked about like Jay Bell. What was your thrower for the home run derby? Was he your favorite coach throughout the minors, or did you have anybody else who made like a solid impact?
Yeah, I got three. I got Jay Bill. I got um, Eric Duncan. He was my hitting coach for 3 years, 4 years.
Shelly Duncan's brother, right? I think. Could be totally wrong on that one, but I think there's some sort of relation.
And then Pat Osborne. He was
Okay.
fun to play for. Yeah, those are three of my favorite head coaches for sure. Or
Solid.
Duncan wasn't a head coach, but I would
Yeah.
say those stand out the most.
You
Obviously, I've
know,
had some pretty good coaches, but those three stand out the most.
we've had some pretty good questions tonight, but I think this one's my favorite. From FHP. What's your walk-up song to the batter's box?
It's been different every year.
Yeah.
I,
Do you have anything in mind for this year?
I've got some options. I'm still deciding. Um,
Do you not want to
I
leak
got
it?
no, I
No.
don't. I get that question a lot, and I just don't answer it. You gotta come to the game and hear it.
What did you do you want to tell us what you used for 2019?
2019, yeah, I think I did two. Um, actually, no, I did one. I got there and they had one for me. I didn't change it because it was working at the time. But um, I don't. Do you know Andy Mineo? You know that name?
No.
No, he's like a
Is it like
Christian
old
artist.
school?
He's like a
Oh,
Christian pop
Christian.
artist. Uh, keeping it moving.
It worked for you, right?
It worked. I
Just
wrote it. Good
superstitious.
beat.
Just keep it.
I would get to first base, and me and the first base coach would be, he would like start singing it to me. So it was good.
That's
He's
awesome.
actually
That's
from New
awesome.
York. I'm looking him up one day. He's good.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you like
Um,
hip hop music, but
I'll check it out. Honestly, if it works for you, maybe it'll work for me to get ready for these live streams sometimes. Um,
yeah.
THC has a question here. I think I'm gonna try answering this for you. Okay, I'm gonna say Nick Swisher. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Nick Swisher, but they're all nice dudes. Like I haven't met a guest instructor that's been like they're all good dudes. Like you see them on like they're legendary New York Yankees. You would think, oh, they don't want to talk to people, but they're all good people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you talked with A-Rod before?
he's come to talk to us. I've never like had a one-on-one with him. He
Okay.
came in, let's say it was 2017. He came and talked to us. Um,
Yeah.
talked to Jeter, which is cool. He took us out to eat.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope he
cool.
paid.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson's a good one to talk to. He's got stories for days.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, but no, they're all nice people. Like it's good. It's a good organization to be in, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the last like personal question I have for you, I don't know if the chat has any other questions. Looks like there's a couple more. But like give us something that like do you have any passions outside of baseball? I know you mentioned football, but like let's say like off season or kind of like the majority of 2020 because you had no baseball going on. Like what do you just enjoy doing? Any hobbies or
Uh, I mean, I like play video games. I haven't played in a while, but I'm usually on there. Probably have to start getting on there now with baseball starting and nothing to do afterwards. Um,
what games?
obviously Fortnite was a big thing when it first came out, but I'm into Warzone now.
Oh,
I play
war.
that.
Okay.
I play that a lot. Like that was quarantine. I was on there for like 8 hours a day. It was
Wow.
bad, but um, I picked up golf. I just got so bored being at home, and all my friends did it. So I was like, you know what? I might as well. Like, if there's any time to start, it's now. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of guys did because I was talking to I think it was Max Burt
mhm.
last off season, and he was telling me he picked up golf too. So I guess it's a baseball thing clearly.
I mean, it's fun. It was something to kind of get my mind off things, but at the same time, kind of get that competitive like flow going again. So you
Yeah.
can only get so much out of a video game,
Yeah, it's not
as
like
fun as
facing
it is.
live pitching.
No.
So wait, going back to Warzone really quickly. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like best of all time, how good would you consider yourself?
I'm not good.
Not good, right, bro? I'm in the same boat. I'm not good. Yeah, I'm just not
There's
good.
one point I was like, all right, I'm pretty good. Like I could I don't know what's I compared to like Nick Merckx and all them. Like, no, I can't do that. That's insane what they do. But there was one point I could get like five kills a game, maybe a
That's solid.
win every other day. But it's just so hard. People are so good at video games now.
Bro, you don't even know, because like usually after I do like the Unhinged lives every night, I go on Twitch and I stream Warzone sometimes with my friends. And like the chat just rips me to pieces because like I'll get so mad at the game and I'll be like, see, this is why I stopped playing this game. And the
Yeah,
chat is just like, Pat, like, what are you doing, bro?
yeah,
Even TH
It's
just said, you have to hit up Pat, get him some W's. Like I just don't win, bro. It's brutal.
it's so hard. It's fun, but I just can't. Like,
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
Going back to this comment up here. Favorite TV show as a kid and favorite TV show now?
As a kid, I mean, SpongeBob, that's my show.
Has to be number one, right?
Yeah, that's my show. What is that? One second. Um, I'm a big Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince and Boy Meets World.
Oh, those are good ones. Really good
I'm
ones.
actually in the process of rewatching Fresh Prince right now. It's on HBO Max, so I've been watching it. My wife hates it, but I don't care.
Does she actually? She's not.
She's like, "This show's
What?
so stupid." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's not
No
stupid."
way. Oh,
So
did you know that before you got married?
no. I'll be watching it. She's like, "You gonna be mad at me if I just play on my phone?" Whatever. Whatever.
You're just like, let me just enjoy my show.
Yeah. I'm
Did you
dying
watch
laughing.
the reunion?
I did. I did.
Did you like it? It was good, right?
It was good for what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect much out of it.
So I think this might be like the best comment to wrap things up here. I know we talked about some like fun minor league stories. Do you have a most memorable minor league moment? Even if you want to like wrap spring training camps into there too, if there's anything memorable from that.
Most memorable minor league moment. First hit. Obviously, that stands out. Get the first one out of the way.
Do you have the ball?
My parents do.
Figured.
If not the ball, I have the lineup. I have the lineup card.
That's awesome.
I know I have the lineup card. I don't have the ball lineup, but
was it home or away?
Home. TCL. Big league rehab for the Phillies. I can't remember who it was, but little infield chopper. It's a hit though.
Yeah, I mean that was Jeter's first. No, A-Rod's first hit.
Was it?
Yeah, I think he had an infield single. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Chat will correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Let's see. Haven't won a championship yet, unfortunately, but like clinching the playoff berth and then the championship series has always been the fun ones. Get the celebrations and the champagne pops and all that. So those are always fun.
Now, I guess now this is actually the last question because now we're talking about championship celebrations. Are you a goggle guy or a no goggle guy? You want to feel the burn or no?
No, I don't want to feel the burn. I do. I've been meaning to get goggles every year because honestly, for 3 years with Jay Bell, like it's a given we're gonna make the playoffs. So I'm like, all right.
They don't hand them out in the clubhouse?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
So, budget. Can't do that.
Brutal. I mean, they don't like you guys. They just don't. Brutal.
I mean, it's I've taken it, whatever. Like I can't do anything about it. We just won, so I'm gonna feel it.
Exactly. I mean, the pain is so much worth it, right? But I do think that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. Trey, thank you so much for hopping on. Definitely a good time. You know what? We definitely have to hop on Warzone one of these. Maybe we could get like a W. Maybe we could get a single W. Pat and Trey
Yeah.
going for the wins.
Let's see what I got this week. Friday.
Yeah, Friday. We could do it. Let's do it.
Friday.
Yo, chat,
Yeah.
mark that down on your calendar. Friday night, me and Trey are gonna hop on Warzone. Go get some W's.
Yeah, for
But yeah,
sure.
awesome. Thanks again, my man. Wish
Yep.
you the best of luck this season. Definitely gonna be watching out for you in spring training and the minor league year. Yeah, that's gonna wrap things up. Chat. Tomorrow, recorded video at 12 p.m. as usual. We go live every night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. You guys know the deal. Also, thanks again for 1,000 subs. Just continuing our journey here, and let's just keep growing the season. Everyone, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Have a good night. Peace.